ComicGains! Ah! If you're new to the show, madam?
I'm Zach, and this is Princess Roll House, looking very lovely day, just like usual. Doing the princess wave, you do it too. Bow down, respect, and of course, there's the Coco dog.
Oh, Coco made it out. All right, guys, we have a extra special show to you, for you, not to you, for you. Yeah, we've got new comic book day. Pretty nice average week, but some pretty cool, exciting books that are coming out. I think, what'd you guys put? The drama? Book drama? Some new comic book day drama, as well as Ultimate Spider-Man issue 8 came out, so we have a full review for you as well. The whole team read that ahead of time, and a friend of the show gave us a care package, and we wanted to open that up with you guys and share some of the goodies that we got in the care package. So before we do any of that, though, let's get into the first thing of the show, the drink. And what do you got there, Zach?
We got multiple drinks, but I also got a backup drink to give me some energy. It's the Shaka Tea Hawaii Pineapple Mint. Island vibes, caffeine free.
Mint?
Yeah, it sounds weird.
I've never heard pineapple mint together.
Yeah, there's probably a good reason, but
a pineapple
who knows?
mojito.
You know, some people put a banana and peanut butter together, and they're like, that's weird, but it's delicious.
It is delicious.
Yeah, very delicious.
Mint is for toothpaste.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Is
It's
weird?
a little weird. Yeah, not my fave, but not bad.
You know what could be your fave? Hanging out with us on Whatnot almost every Saturday. Check our listing times, because the Gainers did change our show from September 7th to August 31st.
And the reason is we're going to a con.
Oh yeah, we have Rose City Cons. Yeah, so we had to bump it up a week. So everyone check your calendars off if you're going to come hang out with us on that day. 30-second auctions, dollar starts. So let's kick it off. Let's say hi to our friends that are in the show that made it out here. Andrew, the king of New Comic Book Day, is here early. How's it going, Andrew? And Gary B, the nicest guy on YouTube as well. Oh, good. Yeah, we got a couple other people will be trickling in here soon, but we wanted to give a special thanks to Andrew, who has been a great friend of the show, sent us an awesome care package. There was a perishable box, so we opened that up real quick and threw it in the refrigerator, and it has some awesome cheeses, some really nice beers, and some root beer. So we were going to do an extra drink, and Zach's going to open the root beer and pour everyone a glass of root beer while I'm reading this awesome note that we got from Andrew. So I won't read the whole thing because it kind of gives away what's in the box. But
it's a twist top. It's a twist
Andrew
top.
says, so that's it. Not much, but I just want to say thank you for all your kindness, love, and support over the years. I love all three of you. Oh, awesome. We love you too, Andrew. And it's very great that we have someone that loves comic books with us as much as we do, and reading them and enjoying them. Oh, I get the bottom. So cheers to Andrew, and we'll open the comic books that we got from Andrew.
Ow.
That was his thumb. Let's see. This is the Sprecher's Fire Brewed Root Beer from Wisconsin, and Princess's favorite cheese is cheese curds. So you guessed very, very right. Oh, that's really good.
That's dangerous.
That's really good.
Thank you, Andrew.
Ooh, thank you, Andrew. All right, let's check out the books we got here. So, Andrew put in...
Made with real honey.
Let's see here.
You can actually taste it. It's nice.
Here you go, Zach. Princess can show. We've got Action Comics 598, Volume 1, 1988. And so this is a book I'm specking on hard. This is the first appearance of Checkmate, with James Gunn taking over the DCU, and knowing how much he loves the weird little corners of comics, I have a feeling Checkmate is going to show up. I really like this cover, like the sunset cover.
It's real dope. I'm surprised I've never even heard of it before.
Great looking book on that one.
And issue was, again, 598?
Yeah, 598.
Very cool.
First appearance of Checkmate. All right, okay. Phil, welcome in. How's it going, Phil? And Steve.
Nice.
Welcome in, Steve, guys. All right, we got next up Nightclub, which is the trade paperback, Volume 1. And there's a good Mark Millar story. There's good Mark Millar, and then there's Mark Millar. This is good Mark Millar.
Oh,
I totally agree.
Okay.
That makes a great story about a group of high school kids who get turned into vampires and decide to become superheroes. Fun story with some cool plot twists. Ooh, that
sounds
really cool.
That does sound pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Definitely checking that out. Oh, the one. Oh,
Read
yeah.
that. I'm gonna read that.
That's
soon.
really exciting. Cool. All right, and last but definitely not least, we got The Realm, Volume 1 through 3 trade paperbacks. Really great mashup of genres. Think D&D meets Mad Max. This is the whole story. Great characters, development, and art is awesome. And I've not heard of this either. Image book too. Ooh.
The Realm. It kind of sounds familiar, but I definitely haven't read it.
Yeah, let me see the cover on those.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, great covers. All right, dude.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
Thank you
super
very much.
awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely be reading all those. I will try to chime in a couple times on Wednesday and let you know how I'm doing on the reading on those. I'll make the team read them as well.
I'm gonna read that vampire one for sure. That sounds.
Thank you, Andrew. Super awesome. And yeah, we're definitely have a cheese weekend coming up soon.
Thank you very much. Ooh.
All right, new comic book day. This is what everybody came here to see. Maybe they came here for Coco. They could have. They could have. All right, guys. Good week this week. I think Princess said we're somewhere around $60-ish on this week. So you guys have to guess how you guys did on your weekly buys. Okay, let's kick this off. No particular order. We've got Ghost Rider Final Vengeance issue number 6. Ben Percy. This is the series that's going on where the Hood. I almost said the Red Hood. The Hood has the spirit of vengeance inside him. He's a villain, and now he has the Ghost Rider power, and he's been slowly taking over all the criminal underworld in New York. No, it's Chicago. In Chicago. He goes to Chicago. And so he takes over all the other groups, and he's like, I'm running your territory now, because he's super powerful. He's the Hood plus Ghost Rider. And he's trying to win back his ex-wife and kid with money that he's making from this criminal empire.
Good way to do it.
Yeah, it's not really like a good way to do it. And at the end of the last episode, he did not create, but took over a vampire army. And then he like shoved them off, like, I don't need you anymore now that I used you. And to get back at him, they turned his wife and child into vampires. So at the same time, Johnny Blaze wants to get the spirit of vengeance back, so he's kind of been hunting him down to return it. Funny thing about this sort of thing, it's sort of what Marvel's doing now with all their books, where we had regular Ghost Rider written by Benjamin Percy, then it switched over to Vengeance of Ghost Rider by Benjamin Percy, and then it's going to switch over to another one also written by Benjamin Percy, which I think is Spirit of Vengeance. And they did that with Moon Knight, where Moon Knight now is going to be up to 3 different titles, all with the same crew. Okay. She-Hulk did that, Doctor Strange did that, so it's kind of interesting. It's like a good way for them to start back over at number 1s, but not changing like the team at all that's on there. So, DJ Wise, what's up? Welcome in, and oh, thank you, Andrew. We love it, and definitely, if you guys haven't been reading Ghost Rider, Benjamin Percy is really, really good writer and a good book. I think that's why it's doing really well. On a side note, though, She-Hulk did get canceled. I read that last book, and issue 10 was amazing, and they knew it was getting canceled, so they wrote in there like to finish off the story, and it had a happy ending. So yeah, you know how that goes. Next up, we got Get Fury issue number 4. Really cool cover on this one. Garth Ennis.
They call it Enos.
Yeah, awesome cover. I don't know where this takes place, like in continuity, but it stars Nick Fury and Frank Castle. Nick Fury gets captured during the Vietnam War by the Vietnamese, and he knows all his government secrets, so the government sends Frank Castle in to go kill him so he can't divulge any secrets. I believe they have their own secret plans on this mission. Like, Frank's like, I'm definitely not going to kill Nick Fury, or maybe he will. And it's a little bit of a slower read. I have been enjoying it, but it's kind of just like, it's a very like spy. He's like, they're just kind of sneaking into the country and making the right connections and trying to get close to where they're holding Nick Fury. So it's not like overly exciting, but I feel like it would make a good TV show.
Yeah. It sounds like it.
Mill, what's up? How's it going? Gary B says She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, Spider-Woman were all 10-issue runs. Oh, okay.
Did you hear also about that series that's getting its own TV show? I think it's called Crossed.
That
like they get a plague or get a virus and makes you want to like do your most twisted fantasy or something like that.
Is it based on a comic?
Yeah, Crossed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, That's what I heard
We'll have to keep
recently.
an eye out for that. I didn't even
read
know
it.
about
I
that.
read an article about it.
All
It's
right.
a true story.
We've got
Nothing.
Miles Morales Spider-Man annual #1. So we got the annual here. The bunch of the annuals just came out. I didn't actually get any of them except this one. This is Cody Ziegler who's writing this, as well as a bunch of other people. I think it's a mixture of stories inside the book. Hey Agu, what's up? But I did notice in the Spider Society book that they didn't have Miles as a vampire, and I'm wondering if they're not going to have Miles as a vampire in here, even though they should. I kind of leafed through it a little bit, and it didn't look like he was a vampire in the story, and it's supposed to be him meeting like his extended family, extended relatives. So Miles' family's really cool and interesting, so it's kind of fun when he gets more in deep with the family. So in the original story, his dad was once like a secret SHIELD agent, so I don't know if they're ever going to keep that.
Oh, it's a movie.
Right? It's a movie?
Oh, Cross Comics blows up on eBay after movie announcement. Excuse me. It bugged me, so I had to look out.
Heard it here. Agu's giving all fist bumps, Zach. There you go. This has been a little bit of a sleeper for some people. If you haven't checked this one out, you got Namor. I know Namor's got his own comic. Issue #2. Jason Aaron is writing this. I think it's the only book he's writing for Marvel, and I probably said that once before, but the first issue is really good, really weird, but really good. So you see Namor, he's in a prison, and it like all these people are tormenting him in the prison guards, and he kind of has like a crappy life. But then you realize that he put himself there, so he's punishing himself for something, and so he's like intentionally allowed, like he could just break out at any time, but he's like forcefully making himself go into the prison. Well, while he's gone, the 7 other like tribes of the under ocean have all decided that one of them is going to become the new leader of Atlantis if Namor is going to be away. So the character Stingray shows up and he's like, hey dude, you got to get back in the ocean and take care of business, because this is World War Ocean. I think it's World War Ocean. Maybe it's World War C.
You know what you don't get on the sea?
But it was cool.
Vitamin C.
There's a bunch of crazy stuff in it. The artwork's really good and the story was really well written. Yeah, Andrew says he liked Namor so far, and Milt said he also heard good things about Namor. I'm telling you, it was a solid first book. I'll definitely be picking up the first 5 issues and check those out, see how they go. Bobby, welcome in. Good evening. All right, it wouldn't be New Comic Book Day if there wasn't a Scotty Young. This happens to be a good one. Predator versus Black Panther, issue #1. We have another crossover series. I'm gonna get decapitated. Decapitated? What?
Decapitated.
Decappa?
Well,
Like T'Challa? But
Let me
Decappa?
see one.
I didn't get the joke.
Get...
I missed it. But that's like the...
I'm gonna get the chopper.
Oh, T'Challa. Oh.
Get that chopper.
I got you. Totally went over my head. I should have caught it. But it looks like he's in the infrared vision mode, so it's pretty cool. If you guys didn't know, Marvel's leading up to a bunch of big crossovers with their own characters. So Avengers versus Aliens is coming out soon, and I think there's another big crossover with them as well. But they still have that goofy 20th century logo Fox thing on the top. Like, why do they own that? Why do they need to showcase that?
Does it show the Predator on the cover at all?
No. But the other one had Predator when he fought Wolverine.
Oh.
And I heard that was a really good book. I did not get to read it. This one I'm really excited for. We have Jenny Sparks, issue #1, Black Label from DC Comics. Tom King and Jeff Spokes. I think it's Spokes. This is a highly anticipated book that came out this year. A lot of people like Tom King when he writes shorter, more contained issues. If you look at the artwork, it looks kind of like Adam Hughes, but that's Jeff Spokes did the cover, and all the interiors look very similar to that as well. I have really no idea what this is about. I'm just going to give it a whirl and read it, but looks like it could be a good book. Oh, Gary says, I like the 20th century logo. All right, we'll keep it on there for you. Avengers versus Aliens, Scotty Young has Captain America with a face hugger on him. Oh, that's awesome.
That's good.
That's awesome. I heard Romulus was pretty good. Aliens Romulus. Everyone's saying that. I'm trying to decide if we should see it in the theater or not. Kenneth, Welcome in, Kenneth. You made it in time. You didn't miss much. No, you did miss a lot. So make sure you watch the beginning though. We got Gotham City Sirens issue number 3, and I was looking at this earlier and I'm like, I don't remember who did this cover, but
could it be Gilliam March?
No, I don't think so. I bet someone will know if you put it up. It's got Poison Ivy on it. I don't think anybody's reading Gotham City Sirens, although I have heard some decent things about it as well.
Let's see.
Not as good as the other book. Who is it? Someone will know. Someone will know. Romulus is my second favorite Aliens movie after the first. What? Better than Aliens 2? Oh, Ji-Hung Lee? Hey, Glenn.
Oh.
Is this? Oh, okay. That sounds right, like Ji-Hung Lee. Good book.
It's cardstock.
Really, yeah. DC does it right. I mean, their books are a little more expensive. They're like $1 more on those ones, but they hold up a lot better than some of the Marvel books.
Yeah.
Whoa! You made it just in time, Glenn, because we've got, and this is, a lot of people may not have known this was coming out, but we've got Deadpool issue number 5, the variant cover. This is the photo variant cover of Dogpool from the movie.
Oh, very cool.
And what was it? It was voted like the ugliest dog in England or something like that. Not in that whole world, but I heard that from somewhere.
Was it England or Japan?
Japan?
Yeah, they get some ugly dogs.
But a lot of people really like Dogpool in the movie. I thought he was a cool part. It's kind of weird how much he was like, Ryan was letting him lick inside on his tongue, but in his mouth. I don't know. His tongue was hanging out the whole time. You think it was that clean? Would you let him look in your mouth, Zach?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
What about for $1 million?
Yes.
You would? See, then there you go. Ryan,
I never have to work
Ryan probably
again.
did it for $1 million. Don't forget, Princess has to pick the best cover of the week. Dude, there's actually a lot of good books coming out. I forgot about this one too. We got Wolverine's Revenge. Wolverine is starring in like 4 different books for Marvel right now, which is crazy. But this is, we got Jonathan Hickman and Capullo. Hickman and Capullo working on a book together. I don't think that's ever happened before, and I don't think Capullo has drawn very many things for Marvel in the past. So this should be really cool. There is a red band edition of this book that came out. We didn't grab that one, but I'm sure it would have been a lot more gorier. That Werewolf by Night book I read was super gory. So if you like this and you want it to be even more gory, you may want to pick up the red band. Red band. And last but not least, I think I said that already today, The Walking Dead Deluxe issue number 95.
Dino.
Bobby said he got the red band edition, the David Nakayama cover. There was a lot of covers for Wolverine's Revenge, and they were all awesome, but I couldn't go away from the Capullo one. As you guys know, I'm reading The Walking Dead for the first time in the deluxe edition. I'm up to issue 95. It's been good. It's a little slower. They just ran into the character Jesus, and they had a whole issue where they didn't trust him back at the base camp, and then they have a whole issue where they don't trust him on the road back to his base. And now we're at his base, where I'm assuming when they get there, they will continue to not trust him, even though I think he's a good guy.
Everybody should trust in Jesus.
Trust no one. So far behind on Walking Dead Deluxe. Yep. And I've got Star Wars High Republic Adventures issue number 9. This is the Dark Horse one, not the Marvel one. Technically, I don't know if they're like how they're connected anymore. The Adventures one's more like the kid version. I'm not going to get too deep into it because it gets really confusing if you're not a big Star Wars fan. But this one's been pretty good. It's had some ups and downs with some of the reading some of the writing is really good, and then sometimes it gets a little childish, but it's probably my own fault because it's the kids version book. But sometimes there's some really cool first appearances in these. The regular one for the Marvel, the adult one, is already ended, so they had the final issue. So I don't know if they're going to go any more with that story. I heard somewhere the Acolytes got canceled for the second season.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah. And they officially announced they canceled Eternals too. They came out, so that's not going to happen anymore either. So
wow.
No way to right that ship. Although I would have liked to see it.
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't have given up on that too fast.
No.
But I can understand the ticket sales, or at least do the second season like straight to Disney Plus, or do it on do 6 episodes on Disney Plus.
Oh,
people would watch
Acolytes.
Yeah.
Acolytes?
Well, Acolytes for sure, but Eternals. If they would have switched it to like a TV show.
Oh, okay. I'm like, it's a
Yeah.
movie. But I really think they could have done better if they would have done more like a prequel, like if it was in like medieval times,
Yeah.
not modern times. I
Yeah.
think they would have done a lot.
It was a weird time for them to show up, like
Yeah.
right after Avengers Endgame, and then be like, "Hey, I could have been leading the Avengers." Like,
We
I
were
don't
always
know.
here.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, Gary. A lot of people did like the Eternals a lot better. I heard somewhere where they spent a lot more time on the VF effects, than some of the other movies did. So, yeah. All right, and do you want to do the best cover of the week now or after we read the Ultimate Spider-Man? Ultimate! And don't forget, guys, this have spoilers in it, but we'll talk about Ultimate Spider-Man issue 8. I think it was a good one. We'll see how the team felt. I don't think we didn't talk about it before the show, so we'll have to see. I have no idea if Zach liked it. It kind of depends on Zach's mood, whether or not he likes the book.
Yeah, very true. It had a lot of writing.
That's your favorite one? Over Dogpool? Oh, all right. Princess's favorite book of the week? Of course. Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. I had no idea that's what it said. I don't think I've ever seen that written out before. All right.
Get to the chupacabra.
Okay. We got issue 8, Ultimate Spider-Man. This is Jonathan Hickman as well as Chichetto. They got both of them writing on this. Give you a quick backstory, won't go too deep into it. The maker, who is Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe, who's also the evil version, came to our universe, got his butt kicked, decided to create his own universe, which is this new Ultimate Universe. He went back in time and stopped everything that he never wanted to happen, which includes Peter Parker getting bit by a spider. Then, so now the world is kind of different and brand new, and Peter has gotten bit by a spider now as an adult, but he's married to Mary Jane, has 2 kids. They also know he's Spider-Man. Uncle Ben is still alive. Aunt May is dead. If you want to know more, check out our previous shows because Zach goes pretty in-depth into each one. Ooh. And which one am I looking at? Oh, Nuktak. Hey, sorry. Hey, Nuktak, how's it going? And get more in-depth. So Zach does the kick us off.
Starting
Spider-Man.
Starting scene, Peter's in front of the TV as he should be, watching the weather as he should not be. And you hear Mary Jane tell him, hey, we're going to be late for the birthday party. We got to go. We got to go right now.
I thought it was cool that it says it's August and it's super hot and we're reading the book and it's August and it's kind of hot. It's been kind of hot.
Yeah,
At the same time, I was like, oh, this is exactly what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, and it ends up being like Peter starts talking to, or no, Mary Jane starts talking to Peter. And they're like, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
You're such a good father, blah, 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 good person. And then she leaves the room, and the little ball that gives him the suit, the Picotech, starts talking to him. It's like, hey, when do you start talking to him? It's like, I'm not talking to you. I'm a figment of your imagination. I've only been talking in your head. It's like, really? No. Everybody could hear me if they were in the room. Stupid. It's like, you're funny. It's like, yeah.
So the weird thing about that too is, do you notice the writing is in black?
Yeah.
With white lettering. Who also has that same writing? Venom has the same writing. And if you're thinking like this needs to, if it's Venom, why is it not an alien symbiote? Well, in Ultimate Spider-Man, where Reed Richards came from, Venom was also not an alien symbiote. He was made
technology.
Yeah, by Peter Parker's dad.
It's like, and
so it could very easily be Venom.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying, it's like, hey, what other kind of things you can do? It's like, I can do a lot of things. It's like, all right, we'll have a talk when I get back from the birthday party. It's like, okay. And it's kind of like a little creepy, picture of Peter's face in from the ball side. It's like,
Yeah, because when they
unlocked
unlocked the power, he asked Doc Ock to give his suit his own mind or something like that.
Yeah, they had advanced AI, and you can customize it to what you would like. So that's pretty cool.
Kind of reminded me of the HAL from 2001: Space Odyssey.
Yes.
Right.
Something like that. I don't quite remember that. But
You've never seen that movie?
Is it a robot with a big dome?
No, it was like that. That's the red glowing eye that would talk to that guy.
Oh, that I don't know. I know about Knight Rider.
Knight Rider,
cool.
yeah.
Well,
Knight Rider was good though.
Oh, the HAL wasn't?
No, it was bad.
Oh no. Anyways, so we go 3 weeks ago. you got
Drive
Iron
safe,
Man
Tony.
or Iron Lad, Tony Stark, talking to, Harry Osborn and Peter, and for some reason Otto in the background just kind of creeping,
Yeah.
and just saying like, hey, it's like hopefully everybody's all ready to save the world. It's like, oh, it's like we have some questions for you. What's going on with this? Oh, it's advanced technology that my father made, and all that good stuff. It's has a lot of talking. Has a lot of talking.
This book had a lot of talking in it, but I
A
think in a
lot.
good way. The original Ultimate Spider-Man did have Bendis liked to write a lot of dialogue, and this kind of reminiscent of that story. I felt like.
And here's the funny part of the scene is that they're saying like, hey, there was a list. Maker made a list of all the people that are pivotal for the Earth to go like superhero wise. So of like this list, he made sure to get rid of all of them except for some reason of either took their powers away, send them to prison, whatever he had to do to make them so they're not superheroes. And I was like, oh, and Peter, you were on top of the list. And that's what we made the decision to send you the special orb thing to you that we don't really know all the capabilities because my father made this as a.
Am I on the list?
Yes. And then, oh, that's cool. It's like, hey, and then Harry, of course, asked, where am I on the list? Like, you weren't.
Yeah, you weren't even on the list.
Pathetic. You're pathetic.
He seemed a little annoyed with that too.
And Harry was talking crap about Tony, or something like that. About, hey, it's like I took your legacy. I bought your legacy fair and square. It's like, yeah, for pennies on a dollar. And I'm like, oh, I took off your mask, pressed a little button, and turned off his mask. It's like, yeah. And then Peter's like, how does that feel, Harry? Because Harry did that to Peter in the first book, I think, first or second book.
Yeah, I think the second book. Yeah.
Second book.
Hey, Zero. What's up?
Pretty cool. And yeah, they have a nice little conversation. He's like, hey, I hope you're ready to save the world. And Tony's like, I'm living my best life now. It's like, yeah, you may have took my legacy, Harry, but now I have an even greater legacy or even greater future.
The
So
Avengers?
Yeah, the Ultimates.
Oh yeah, the Ultimates. Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of course, it shows Harry talking to I was like, Otto, we need to add more security to these suits.
Mm-hmm.
I want that to happen again. And I was like, backup character.
This is like the first time I feel like I've seen Harry kind of be,
A little jackass.
yeah, or not be like the whole time he's seemed like he's a pretty genuine good guy, but this scene with him going like head to head with Tony, you kind of got that feeling like, okay, he's gonna go down a bad road, which I was hoping he wouldn't. I was kind of hoping he'd stay a good guy. We'll see. Maybe he could redeem himself.
He's a narcissist. Harry Osborn. Now they're at a deli. Well, it goes forward. Now it's in the present time, August, and they're at this deli. Peter, Ben, and for some reason J. Jonah Jameson, and they're picking up this cake for the party, the birthday party. I think for one of the kids.
Yeah, both of the kids.
Both of the kids.
Yeah.
They're twins. Okay.
No. One's older, one's much younger, but they have the same birthday in the same month. I don't know why I know that much about the Peter kids from this Ultimate Universe, but
Good old reliable Peter.
Yeah.
Always popping off at the same time. Anyways, it shows them like getting ready to get the cake and the candles and everything. And of course, it shows Jameson in the background. Well, it's not a deli. It's more like a bakery. It's a bakery. Excuse me. But Jonah Jameson's trying to order a sandwich as if it's in the deli. I just thought it was kind of funny. It's like, what do you not understand about this? They take 2 pieces of the bread and smoosh something in there. Make me a sandwich.
Put something in the middle and make me a sandwich.
Make me a sandwich.
I feel like you said that before.
Yeah, I have said that before. I also asked for 3 beers, and they only gave me 1.
Yeah, Zach does that a lot when we go out to drink somewhere. He'll try to order like 4 or 5 beers at one time, and they always tell him no.
Yeah, it's pathetic. I'm a very thirsty boy. And I believe during this whole conversation, they're getting the cake and everything, and Ben starts asking Peter, it's like, hey, we want you to join our new company, The Paper.
Yeah.
It's called The Paper. It's like a very original name. Not really.
That kind of works, though. That seems very, like, new age. Yeah, it's Jonah Jameson and Uncle Ben started their own paper company, or their own Not newspaper.
Yeah,
It's a
see
digital,
what I'm
right?
saying?
It's a digital, right?
Yeah, it's a digital
paper
called
newspaper company called the Paper,
Not
because
made the
Kingpin
paper.
owns the Daily Bugle. And it was a startup company, so they didn't have enough money to afford Peter, but now they have backing, so they're like, want to bring him on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy and Oscorp is basically backing it, and they just say, hey, we're going to throw money at this.
They got paper for
Hopefully,
the paper.
Hopefully we can afford it. Yeah, anyway, so it's like I have to talk to my wife, happy wife, happy life, all that good stuff. You don't want to get your wife angry at you. So he has to talk it out with her, and they're both saying, hey, it's going to be better. I know you got your 401k with the Bugle, but we're going to give you a raise. And nothing bad possibly could ever happen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit so like back and forth kind of stuff, but like the conversations flow really well while you feel like you're getting invested in the story in their lives. So it's cool. It's definitely a slow part of the book, but I think the writing's really well.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. And I thought this was funny. They jump on over to where the birthday party is. It's at Arcade's arcade, and the funny thing is, it's that one villain, the Arcade's face. So I'm like, something bad's gonna happen here. It does not, but I was like thinking it was going to. And then right next to it, it says Stands.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, it does say Stands.
Yep. And
Stands Arcade.
Yep. Yeah, Stands. Well, it's probably Stands like coffee shop.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Easter
Anyways,
egg.
They're inside. Peter and the little girl May are playing Dance Dance Revolution, having a good old time, and then we have this interesting conversation with J. Jonah and the Richard's son.
Richard Parker.
Oh no, Richard's son. He does have a son. Peter's son, Richard, and he's like, "Hey, are you lonely?" It's like no.
That came out weird.
No. Are you lonely?
That was not J. Jonah Jameson asking Peter's son if he's lonely.
Are you lonely? I don't know. It was kind of weird.
There was like this back and forth where Uncle Ben said that Jonah was lonely. That's why he came to the birthday party.
Left that little context.
So the kid asked Jonah if he was lonely.
He's like, yeah, like, no, I think Ben's lonely. He doesn't seem lonely.
And
then
like coming onto the kid.
Are you looking for a good time? And anyways, they have a very innocent conversation.
It's genuine innocent.
It's a genuine innocent conversation. And he's like, hey, I'm not, like sad. I don't need company. I think Ben is. And then I was like, oh, I got you a gift. And this book that he wrote called I Never Lie, which obviously is a lie. And he's like, yeah, I actually lost some money.
Yeah, publishing, he couldn't find a publisher for the book, so he self-published and then lost money writing the book. Which also he didn't remember to bring 2 presents for each of the kids. He only bought 1 present for one of the kids because he forgot.
One of them I liked more than the other.
J. Jonah James was a windowless man with free candy for kids. Yeah.
His next company he's going to open up is an ice cream parlor with a truck that goes around the neighborhood. I swear, he's just taking you back to the ice cream parlor.
That happens.
I swear, that's what the truck's for. Anyways, that weird interaction's done, and then it's like, hey, let's get a family photo or a photo to remember, everybody that was here. And it's a nice little half splash page. That's pretty cool. Very happy. And of course, in the arcades in the background is Secret Wars and Invasion.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. Oh, and this is the very good part, guys. Very, very good part. So, the Kingpin is King of New York, and he decides he's made the Kingpin of New York through the Makers Council, and he controls New York through the boroughs. And there's supposed to be 5 boroughs, and they're very hard to get the people together.
Yeah.
Right. And Brooklyn, all that stuff. But the interesting thing is that he's bringing them together to play a game. I'll get that in a second. They actually. Yeah,
I did reading when I was reading this. I didn't realize what was happening until the very end, and then I was like, oh yeah. So there's basically a leader of all the 5 boroughs, and he's one of the leaders. So then there'd be 4 other people coming to the meeting, and they're all someone you might recognize. So he's gonna bring them together to form a super team.
Yeah. And so the first one is a leader of the demons, and it's Mr. Negative, and he has the power to control people's minds.
Yeah, which he's a established character in the Marvel mythos.
Yeah.
But, so he's one of the guys, which he's a pretty good character.
Yeah.
A lot of people like Mr. Negative.
And yeah, that's a pretty good one. The second one was like, what the heck? It's the cat burglar, right? He's a thief that used to break into people's houses or museums and stole this money and then invested it, I'm sure, into something else. And then he got out of it and he started a family.
That's Black Cat's dad.
And that's Black Cat's dad.
And that's where there's a picture of Black Cat with the family there.
Yes.
So, and then she has dark hair. So
Yes.
she's not going to have white hair when she shows up in
No.
future books.
Mhm.
Which is weird because I feel like Peter's already got a couple of. He's got Gwen and MJ, even though Gwen's with
Osborn.
with Harry. But now you're gonna throw another girl in the mix already.
Yeah, but how old is she? That's what I'm kind of wondering.
Oh, good to have you back, DJ.
And of course, you know, he's rich, but his wife died, and he's like, hey, what are you gonna do with all this extra time? Right? He's gonna rob for other places, but just for fun, not for the monies, apparently. And he somehow, with that, controls that area of the city. And then, of course, yeah, that was kind of a weird character. Now we're gonna jump into a cooler character. We got Kraven the Hunter is introduced in this, and it gives a backstory. He used to be a billionaire in Russia, and then the mutants kicked him out. That's kind of interesting.
Is that what it said? The mutants?
Yeah, it said the mutants. Yeah, the mutants were very clear. He's no longer welcome in the motherland.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, his goal is to kill one of everything and maybe save one of everything.
Yeah, he's got a nice face tattoo because that's what Kraven needs, and a mohawk. And then his goal in life is to find 2 of every creature, one that he kills and one that he puts in his zoo. So interesting. I don't know why Kraven needs a zoo, but
or a face tattoo.
Yeah,
like Mike Tyson. Oh, he needs a tiger. Ooh.
He probably has one.
Oh my god. Anyways, they're having a conversation. Fun. Another one shows up, and it's Mysterio, and he just like pops out of nowhere. It is me, Mysterio. It's like, stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
He just pops out of there. It's like, hey, and then the cat burglar is like, did you get shorter? It's like, no.
Which they explain that he like, not only is he Mysterio, he's also really mysterious. Like, it doesn't seem like any of the other people know who he really is. Then they kind of act like, okay, which in the original Ultimate Universe, the Mysterio was like one of the most powerful villains of Spider-Man by like a lot, way more powerful than everybody else.
Yeah, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And also, if you didn't catch it, it's so they say there's 5 leaders. So, you know, including everybody, we've already announced the Kingpin, all these Cat Burglar, Mysterio, Kraven, Mr. Negative. It's like, what they don't know is there's a 6th one.
A 6th burrow, yeah. There's a 6th burrow.
And it's the underground. And you try to escape the 5 burrow kings or burrow people, but you can't escape the underground. And it's like, okay, who's it going to be? It must be the most powerful, almost all of them, right? Besides the Kingpin.
Kingpin's definitely the leader of the rest of them. He says he appointed all of them as like the leaders of those burrows.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, who's it gonna be? And it shows some nerdy looking dude. It's like with green patch over his face, and it's like who the heck is this? Like, oh, don't forget the Mole Man, the most powerful of all the
Mole Man.
So did you also know? I just realized it. This is the Sinister Six.
Yes. You just realized it right now?
Yeah,
as soon as we got to the end, I'm like, oh, 6. This is the forming of the Sinister Six of the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
You get to see it. He just realized it. Did you get it, Princess? Okay, Princess got it.
I just realized it now. I was like, I think I would have got it, but I'm like,
I think that was the fun part about reading
like,
is when you're like, he said there's only 5, and you're like, okay, this is weird. Like, who is he pulling together? And then when he's like, there's going to be 6 of them, and they're sinister, and you're like, oh, the Sinister Six.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, guys, the reason I brought you all together, Kingpin says, is that there's some people in the city that have forgotten their place. Mm-hmm. And we got to teach them lessons. Like, and Kraven's like, what, are we going to kill them, capture them, what's up? It's like, no, we're going to play a little game.
Yeah, we're going to play a little. And you can see he's looking at pictures of Harry and Peter, but in their costume form.
We're going to play a little game.
So it's kind of cool. We'll have to see what's going on. I thought with Iron Man showing up at the end of the last book that they were all of a sudden bringing him into the Avengers like battle, but they're holding off a little bit. They're letting Peter play as well be. So, what'd you think, Zach?
I thought it was pretty solid. There was no action in this, other than like the final scene, and that was just introduction. Introduction. It kind of gives you like a little. One second, I needed complete silence to do that. Thank you very much. It was like
Can't do two things at once.
there was a very action kind of scene of like the introductions, kind of exciting. What's going to happen? Why wasn't there a fight at Arcade's Arcade? What the heck? It was just a picture. I thought it was pretty solid. It's like a 4. I'd say it's a 4.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Not bad at all.
What do you think, Chris? Is good one? Good, yeah. I would agree too. Definitely 4. I think they're heading in the right direction. There's a lot of really good dialogue that goes on that gets you like more invested in the characters, and they're just like who would ever thought you'd get invested in like Uncle Ben, or J. Jonah Jameson and their like side story about the paper, or like the fact that Peter's 2 kids have birthdays in the same month. I don't know why, but it's cool. That's all I'll do with like good writing, I think. So if you haven't been reading Ultimate Spider-Man, I suggest check it out. It would be pretty crazy if something like this went to like 100 issues, but I don't know. According to like what's happening in the book, they have 13 months before the Maker wakes up. The Maker's like been put to sleep for 13 months, so a little over a year. So definitely get I guarantee you we'll get 13 months of issues. So yeah, they're kind of like going along like the timeline.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that's
pretty
exciting.
Cool. Yeah,
that's exciting. All right, guys. We'll let you guys all get back to your awesome Wednesday, and thank you everybody for coming to hang out with us. As always, do us a huge favor right now. Hit the like button. Princess is right here. Plenty of you guys in there to hit it for her. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. It's an awesome thing to do. We're really close to 3,000. We will definitely throw a 3,000 party with tons of giveaways. Right, Zach?
Yes.
Yeah? And you got anything else special, Zach?
Yeah, you gotta share how you do that. You have to search eBay. You gotta search Instagram. You gotta search all these places, even YouTube. You can find comics, but not just any old comics. Restored comics, greater restored comics. Because one thing you could do is have the restoration removed, and you could double your money potentially if it's the right book. And that's how you get those gains.
All right. Extra special thank you to Andrew for the awesome
gift.
Thank you very much. Totally appreciate it. And love all of you guys as well. Good to hear that. We can say that to each other. We love you guys.
I love you.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Everyone have a good week. We'll see you on Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, let's see.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She got me.
They definitely changed it around.